Hi, in this video today I'm going to show you how you can change out your touchpad on your PlayStation 5 DualSense controller. So this is changing over the whole top pad. You would do this if obviously your one's gone faulty and you've bought a replacement one on eBay. So we've got a couple of tools that we're going to need. We're going to need some kind of plastic pry tool and also a little Phillips crosshead screwdriver. So nice and straightforward, not a lot of tools needed. Let's get started. First of all, make sure that your controller is off and disconnected obviously from your PlayStation 5. To begin with, we need to take off this faceplate here to uncover two hidden little screws. So you can either use the pry tool. I'm just going to use my nails, but if you're uncomfortable using your nails, just use a pry tool. So I'm just going to lift them up from here and here, and bit by bit I'm just going to work my way up from here. You can use the pry tool if you want to get under this bit and lift it up. I'm not using a lot of force, otherwise there's a chance of creasing or breaking these here. And then we just need to lift it over the thumbsticks like so. You can see it hinges from these bits here with these little ears. Now that uncovers two screws, one here and one here. They're the little crosshead screws. We also have two hidden screws under the L1 and the R1 buttons. So get your pry tool, go down on the trigger so you've got a little bit of room to work, go under the button and nice and gently just lever up and you will see that they will pop off like so. And this one here, like that. Now we have another two screws just here and just here. So undo all the four screws. They're all the same so you don't have to keep them separate. Now, when all those four screws are undone, we need to take this back part off. It is held in with clips here, here, and also here and here. So to begin with, just start prising it apart with your hand just here, so you've got a bit of room. I'm keeping it open with my thumb. I'm now getting my pry tool. I'm just going up the top here and I'm just forcing it apart. You can hear there the clip undoing. And I'm going to do the same on this side here. Like so. And now the two clips at the bottom, again just force apart a little bit and just nice and gently lift over the clip there and pop that little clip there. And now this back will lift up from this side here, so it's hinged up here. So kind of give it a little wiggle and it will come up from that bit there, like so. Now we're going to disconnect the battery, so I'm going to nice and gently just lift it up, pull it away from that little tab there where the wires are underneath and just gently lift the battery out like so. Put that to one side nice and safely. Now we have to obviously undo everything to get to this part here. So next thing we're going to do is undo this little screw here, and that will allow us to pull out this once we've undone the ribbon cable. Don't just yank this up because there's a tiny ribbon cable for a microphone here. So you can use tweezers to undo the ribbon cables. I'm just going to use my finger and thumb and just gently pull it out. So there's a tiny little microphone just here that comes out from that ribbon cable there, and it just sits onto that plastic connector like so. So this is like the housing for the battery. There you go. So put that to one side. And now we've got four more ribbon cables here, 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 and here. Again, you can use tweezers. I'm just going to use my finger and thumb. All the ribbon cables have this big plastic bit here to allow you to push them in and pull them out. These ones here are friction fit, so there's no little lids you have to undo. They just push in and pull out. This one's a little bit fiddly. I'm just working it out bit by bit, like so. Now to undo the circuit board, we have a little clip just here and also one hidden away just here by the battery connector. So put a little bit of pressure on the thumbsticks here and then just undo that clip, put pressure on the other thumbstick and undo that clip. And you can see now that that has now come away. Don't yank it out again because we have the wires soldered on here for the vibration, for the haptic feedback. So that's there and there. So I'm just going to fold that over there. You can unsolder the wires if you want. In this video here, I'm not doing it because it's easier not to do it in my opinion. So now we have four more screws to undo, two silver ones here and then two black ones here, and that will separate the front faceplate from this middle bit here. Keep the two silver screws separate because they are longer and they need to go back into the same place that they came out of. This here is the actual ribbon cable for the touchpad. So now we should be able to lift this whole bit out from the front, like so. Now I'm keeping it like this so I don't have to undo all the buttons. If you did want to clean the buttons, now's your opportunity to take off these little membranes and then clean all the buttons. Now to get this out here, you might think, well, it seems stuck. Just use a bit of force on the bottom bit here, this bit here, and push upwards. So if you kind of get the whole thing between your finger and thumb and push up and towards you, so it's kind of up towards like that, and then you will see it will come out. And to put it back in, you just go like so. It's hard because these buttons get in the way here, but you put it in like that and clip down, and then it's back in again. Yeah, so you can see it kind of clips into place just here, like that, and it comes out. Probably would be easy if you took these out actually. Let's take those out. Now we've got our replacement one here. You can see the ribbon cable is different, but they are the same thing. And we're going to be putting it in this way first. Yeah, so going in this way, like that. Drop it down. It's much easier when these are not here, and then clip it into place. You can see now that is in its home. And there's your little button. So you know when you press in here, that's your little clickable button. Right, so there we have it, yeah, like that, in and just down into place like so. Let's pop these back in, there, and there. You can't get them the wrong way because they're idiot proof again. Just like all the buttons here are idiot proof, you can't get them in the wrong way. There we have it, that is the touchpad replaced. So now we just have to do the reversal, putting it back together. Now remember on this bit here, we have to get it through this little hole here. It wants to just sit on top, it's got to go through that hole. So line up that bit first. Tweezers might help on this bit. There you go, can you see it's gone through there? And now put it back into, is that in its home there? Yeah, that's in its home. Now we have to do up the two silver screws here and here. And before we go any further, I just want to make sure that it seems like it's in its place. So they feel correct and they feel correct. These won't feel good yet because the rest of the screws haven't been put in, but they all feel nice. Yeah. Now, the speaker fell out there. If your speaker falls out, which it probably will, just have a look. Can you see there's two raised bits here? So it's kind of like the gold contacts. This side's flat, this side's slightly raised. The raised side needs to be the same side as these gold prongs here. So to the right-hand side of the controller, with the phone more to the left, but I suppose the phone will be different on different ones. Just make sure that those two gold bits, the raised bits, are to the right-hand side of the controller. All right, that's that there. Now let's undo up the screw here and here. Now we want to put this back in, so we need to make sure all the ribbon cables are out of the way. So there's 4 ribbon cables we have to move, these two, that one and that one. So let's move that one out of the way, move this one out of the way, and this should just clip back in to the clips here and here. So that's now clipped in. So now we can do up all the ribbon cables. These ones have ears, so just push them down until the ears meet the plastic. This one here has a little line to tell you how far to push it in. So the line is now against there, so we know that that's correct. These are the ears here I'm talking about. Can you see that there's 2 ears sticking out? They have to go down onto the top of the connector. Like so. This one down here. And lastly, this one here. Push the red and the black wires up so they go on top of these bits here. Like that. Keeps them out of harm's way then. And we just need to do up this ribbon cable here. This ribbon cable is quite hard to do, this one. Again, use tweezers if you're struggling. If you were unfortunate to break one of the ribbon cables, again, it's not the end of the world. You can buy spares on places like eBay. Right, so that's fully home again with the ears at the bottom of the connector. So make sure all your ribbon cables are definitely done up, and then we can put the screw in here. And now we can get our battery. We're going to make sure the black wire is up the top of the controller. It will only go in one way, so don't force it, but the black wire is going to be up the top of the controller, like so, and just push down. And the flat part of the battery is going to go against here with the curved bit up top. And you can tuck the wires underneath this little black tab that sticks out just to keep them out of harm's way. So that is it. Let's now pop the back back on. It levers from the top, like so, and clips into place. We now need to do up 4 screws. I just want to see if this is clicking. Yes, it is. Feels nice. Everything else feels nice. And you can actually see it's come to life when I hit the PlayStation button. Right, let's do up the 4 screws. When you're doing up the screws, if you go the wrong way to begin with, then it will find the same thread as before, and it won't keep making a new thread because you are just screwing into plastic. Don't go overly tight, just do them until you just butt them up. And with this, put the ears in first, into those 2 little triangles, and clip it all back down home into place. And lastly, that bit there. And get these, line up R1 with R2. Just give it a wiggle around until it finds its home. You can see there, and then just click it in. And again with this one, give it a little wiggle around. Make sure you don't put it in the wrong way. L1 has to be next to L2 so they can both be read together. There we go, and click it. So that is it. That is how you change over the front touchpad or trackpad on your PlayStation 5 DualSense controller. Nice and straightforward. Hopefully now that will work fine. You can always test it by maybe doing the controller demo on Astro's Playroom, and then it will allow you to see if it's got full movement across the whole pad and also clicking it in various different spots. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all very soon. Take care.